All right, let's talk about something we've all struggled with at some point, getting our data to play nice. We're about to dive into how you can move your information from one place to another, unlocking the power of 3 file types that honestly run the digital world behind the scenes.
You know the feeling, right? You've got this perfect set of data in one program, but you desperately need it somewhere else. It feels like it's completely trapped, stuck behind the walls of whatever software you're using. It's a huge headache, for sure, but the good news is there are universal keys to set it free.
So what's the secret? Well, you've got to think of these file formats as different languages. If 2 programs are going to talk to each other, they need to speak the same language. We're going to focus on the big 3, the famous Excel file, the super useful CSV, and the good old-fashioned text file.
First up, the powerhouse of the group, the Excel file. You know, the one that ends in .xlsx. This isn't just a grid of numbers. Oh no, it's a whole world in a single file. You can have multiple sheets, crazy complex formulas, beautiful charts, colors, you name it. It's rich, it's powerful, and it's all self-contained.
Next, let's meet its much simpler cousin, the CSV, which just stands for comma-separated values. The name of the game here is simplicity. A CSV file gets rid of all the fancy stuff. No formulas, no charts, no pretty colors. It's just your data, plain and simple, with commas telling the computer where one column ends and the next begins. And here's a quick pro tip. Even though comma is in the name, sometimes you'll find they use semicolons or even tabs. If your data looks all jumbled up when you open it, that's almost always the reason why. So definitely something to look out for. And finally, we have the most basic format of all, the classic text file, or .txt. This is really the bedrock of digital information. It holds nothing but plain text characters. No structure, no columns, just the raw info. Its superpower is that absolute simplicity, because it means that literally any computer program on the planet can read it. I love this analogy because it just makes everything click. Think about it. An Excel file is like sending a rich multimedia message. It has pictures, maybe some GIFs, custom fonts, the whole shebang. A CSV? That's just a plain old text message. Both of them get the information across, right? But one is all about presentation and features, while the other is all about speed and making sure everyone can read it. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. Excel is complex, which means the files are bigger and you need a program like Excel to open it. A CSV, on the other hand, is just raw data. That makes it super small, super fast, and most importantly, it's universally understood. It's like the ultimate data chameleon. It can go anywhere.
Okay, so knowing the file types is step 1. But now we need to actually put them to work. Let's start with how you bring data into a program. We call this importing, but you can really just think of it as reading a file.
So what does data import actually mean? It's really simple. It's just the process of loading data into your software from a separate file. So when you open up a CSV file in Excel or Google Sheets, you are officially importing data. You're basically telling the program, hey, go read this file and show me what you find. And the best part is, this process is pretty much the same no matter what software you're using. You just open your program, find a button that says Import, Open, or maybe Get Data, and then you just pick your file. The software will take it from there and do all the heavy lifting for you. Now let's flip the coin. If importing is reading data, then exporting is writing it. This is how you take the work you've done and save it in a new format so you can share it with other people or other programs.
So exporting is just creating a new file from the data you're currently working with. You're telling your program, take what I have on my screen right now and write it into a brand new file, like a CSV, so that other software can understand it.
Here's probably the most common example you'll run into. In Excel, you just go to File, then Save As, but instead of saving it as another Excel file, you click that drop-down menu for the file type and you choose CSV. Now, Excel is going to pop up a warning that says you might lose some features, and that's totally normal. In fact, that's the whole point, right? We want to strip away the complex stuff. Just be really careful not to accidentally save over your original Excel file, because if you do, all those charts and formulas will be gone for good. And if you were to crack open a CSV file with a simple program like Notepad, this is all you'd see. It's almost shockingly simple, isn't it? The first line is just your column headers, separated by commas. And every line after that is just a row of data, again with the values separated by commas. That's it. That's the whole structure. This amazing simplicity is its true superpower. It's a format that's been moving data around reliably for decades, long before we had all these fancy spreadsheets.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the how, but now we're at the most important part, the when.
Let's put this all together so you can confidently pick the perfect format for whatever you're trying to do.
Just think of this as your go-to cheat sheet. If you're doing any kind of deep analysis, with formulas, charts, reports, stick with Excel. That's what it's built for. But if you just need to move data from one system to another, CSV is your best friend. It's the universal translator. And for just storing simple logs or notes, a basic text file is perfect. It's as simple and accessible as it gets.
You see, understanding these different formats isn't just some boring technical skill. It's the key to truly liberating your data. You now have the power to move your information seamlessly anywhere you want it to go. So the only real question left is, what data will you unlock first?